Friends ask me for the man in question.
Of course I lied. Show you my strip, get my whip, let's go on a...
What is up, I Love Basketball TV. It's Coach Ryan Razooky. Today I'm going to be showing you 5 unguardable moves. Let's get to it.
In that life, got nicked by Scotland Yard with the photos in Glasgow, doing a crime.
So the first move that we're going to talk about is our hook shot, one that's normally not taught as much as it should be. However, it's a great finish for guards as they attack the basket, and of course bigs as they get to the paint as well. So as a guard, let's say I'm here, I'm making a move, right? So let's say I'm between the legs and I'm starting to attack the basket, but he's a bigger player, he's able to stay with me, and as I attack and get here to the basket, he's able to block this, right? He can guard this, he can guard this. He's kind of covered all my options there as I get to the rim, but he's not necessarily able to block that hook shot. So if I'm able to attack and put my forearm in his chest, this is now going to give me an extra foot of separation, or I might get into a bump, which will give me a little more separation as well. Both good options to get extra separation. But not only that, I'm also going to extend the ball as far as I can. So let's say I get into here and I'm able to hold him off here with this forearm and also extend this shot out there. Now from here, because I'm not holding him or pushing him, this is legal, not a foul, and I can keep the ball far away enough that I can get this high and nice and soft off the glass, and the only way for him to block it is by fouling or hitting my arm there. So if I'm able to do that the right way and I can hold him off just like so and bring the ball all the way out here, then I want to get a little bit of touch with that wrist and get up and off the glass. So what we want to do is be able to make this going both directions. So as a player, you want to make a move, boom, boom, start to attack and make sure that you're protecting the ball to the basket. And you're going to notice that I'm going to keep the ball on my right side. So by keeping the ball on my right side, I'm keeping it away from the defense who's on this side, especially an aggressive defender. So you won't see me rock the ball, right? So as a player, you want to be able to keep it on this side and then get it up and out up here. If we're going left, we're going to be doing the exact same thing. Keep the ball on the left side. 1, 2, and then bring that left knee up. Get a nice soft touch on that hook. The second move we're talking about is going to be our fadeaway. There's a few ways that you're going to get into this, but as you drive, one of my personal favorite ways is to get into a spin fade. Most of these moves you're going to see are going to involve some sort of contact as you're able to create space, and that's what makes the move unguardable. But I'm driving in here, and as the defense is on me, he's going to cut me off at the last second. So as he cuts me off, I'm going to dribble and bump. So now that I get to bump him, I keep the ball away, just like I did before with my hook shot. I'm going to take 1 step, 2 step, and have this open shot here. Now, the nice and beautiful part about this is that if I do a good job with my balance and my footwork, I'm going to have a lot of options. So even if he recovers and gets back, I can still pivot through and still get a layup or pivot around or reverse pivot into more options. I don't have to be forced into shooting the ball. Especially with this one here, I can be controlled, pump fake once, pump fake twice like Kobe, then shoot it, get into a floater, or even kick it out and then relocate. But you're gonna see that he's on me here, and then as I get to the basket, he's gonna cut me off towards the end. So I'm here, I make my move, I'm pushing this way. He's gonna cut me off now, and I'm gonna bump and then turn towards that middle, look to get this shot off. Again, just make sure that you don't extend the arm. I'm gonna show you one more time going this way, but we're pushing here. He cuts me off as we get to the basket. Bump, 1, 2, and I'm up nice and soft into that shot. And then if I'm able to hit him in the chest with the shoulder or a little bit of forearm, create the space that I need to stay on balance, I have all the options I need to shoot the ball or stay on balance to then get back into my up and under. Now our third option is gonna be a step back, and there's a lot of ways to get into a step back. Some of the most common ways you'll see is a left hand dribble, right foot step, as players will come here and then push out, making sure that we sell that drive as if we're coming this way or attacking the basket this way. Of course, you might see the same thing with the right hand, the left foot, boom, and create some separation. But a lot of advanced players will add some sort of misdirection, where they fake right, but go left, coming in this way, or fake left, but go right. And then you see, of course, James Harden with his misdirection of the timing, necessarily, or mistiming of that step back when he's able to float it, pop, and then push out of there. Some players, of course, will get into a snatch and then separate, but for today, let's talk about traditional and misdirection. So the two that we're going to talk about is our traditional first and misdirection second. So my defenders here, the most important thing that I want to do is start by actually being able to drive. That's when your step back works best, is when you're able to drive, when I can turn his hips. So if I'm able to make a move and get past him, boom, now I can create the separation I need to get away from him. And as he's still moving towards the basket, then I get twice the separation. But I have to make it believable that I'm gonna drive. And how do I do that? By actually driving. So if I start with that hook shot or I start with that fade and he's having to chase me all the way to the rim, then my step back works even more than it would before. So that's our traditional step back. But if he's squared up, Now I'm just selling the drive, but not actually driving. So I want to make him believe I'm going that way, but then I'm able to bounce back this way. Or make him believe that I'm going this way, but able to bounce back this way, because he's trying to cut me off, and that's where I'm able to get my separation by my change of speed and my change of direction. The fourth move is going to be your bump euro or bump swing step. Both very similar. You're going to see a lot of advanced players do this. Sometimes you see Kawhi Leonard or James Harden, but players who love physicality. Those are the players who do this the best, and you should also love physicality if you want to become a better scorer and better player, because that helps you to get more guaranteed buckets or guaranteed free throws. So now again, I make my move, whatever that move is, whatever my go-to move is, and I start to drive, right? But he wants to cut me off at that last second, so he's able to try to run in front of me. The biggest thing is I turn his hips. If I turn his hips, I'm already in a winning position. So I'm driving, I turn his hips, he's here, he's with me, but he's gonna cut me off right about now. So I bump him at the same time I dribble. Okay, I know I'm pushing him right now, but you're not necessarily gonna push him. So I bump him at the same time I dribble because I want his momentum to continue going that way. So I'm here, I'm gonna bump at the same time, and then I'm gonna cross his body coming in this other direction. Of course, you see my arm moving right now. I'm trying to go slow, so I'm not gonna actually push off, but I'm here, boom, bump, 1, 2, and then layup. But the biggest and most important thing is you can see how his momentum continues to carry him on that bump, which is exactly what I want. And then I'm crossing over to the other side of his body. So I'm here, boom, 1, 2, and layup. That was probably the best example you're gonna see in slow motion. Again, you see a shoulder bump, and I'm doing the best I can not to actually push him off right now, just so that way you don't get that offensive foul. So when you do this, same idea, you wanna dribble, bump at the same time, and then I'm aiming, so I'm just gonna show you this way. So I'm aiming to dribble, bump at the same time, and as his momentum carries him through, I want to come across this way, 1, 2, and then go ahead and finish that layup at the basket, or even a soft touch with a floater. So if you watch any Damian Lillard, this is going to be one of his favorite moves, but it's the slow between the legs. He's incredible with this. He's not the only one that does this, but he is amazing at it. Another player who I've been talking to recently, Davion Mitchell, is amazing with this as well. But the key to this move is the slow pace and then the fast explosion. So if you're in front of me here, just right there is good. They both do an amazing job of taking the quietest and slowest dribble they can. So you hear pound, pound, pound. You hear those dribbles kind of loud and hard dribbles, but they do a good job of getting this like really quiet between the legs, right? It's not a very explosive between the legs. It's a very quiet, slow between the legs, just a setup move. Once the ball exchanges hands from left to right, the moment it touches my right hand, I'm going to explode out. But the exchange itself is very slow. And that's what you normally see players try to go as fast as they can. With that exchange, they actually go as slow as possible, throw off the timing, and then explode. So they're here, dribble, dribble, real slow, boom, and then they explode and they get out of there, right? So I'll do it one more time so you can kind of see. But I'm slow, slow, right? So even if these are quick, that's fine, right? Doesn't matter, and then slow, boom, and then exploding out of there. One of the best ways to do it is just to get that first explosion. So Dame has another variation, and you see De'Aaron Fox do this as well, where they get the slow one, boom, and then now players are starting to look out for it. So they fake the explosion with a big right foot step, and then they actually put it back between the left, which is fast. So it's here, slow, step, boom, and then they're pushing out this way. So you see Dame do this one a lot. That's how he attacks the basket. Slow between with different setups. And a few other players, just like we talked about earlier, can get that slow and then actually do a step back into it. But those are 5 moves that are unguardable if you can master them. We hope you enjoyed today's video, so make sure to hit that thumbs up button if you did, and subscribe as we're dropping new videos every single week. So make sure you hit that notification bell. And if you hit the link and the pinned comment down below, it's gonna give you access to our new shooting program. So make sure that you go get that one, as it's an incredible program and it's gonna help you a ton. We'll catch you guys in the next video.